If you could free up hours that you're doing stuff that you shouldn't do in the house, how much time would that give you back? And also mental capacity, just simply not having to worry about it. How to hire a top housekeeper. The more successful you are in business, the more it makes sense as well because you have extra cash. If you have a PA first, the PA can then help you hire a housekeeper. A template we have used ourselves for a job description where the exact explanations what they have to do are in here. I would screen for these things. It makes your delegation much easier. We have a complete interview script for the screening. Exactly what to ask, it's all in here. I want to ask you how to hire a top housekeeper. So when should you hire a housekeeper? It's the same question like a PA. You should hire someone, I think ASAP, because you can start step by step with part-time and then give them more things to do. But again, like the more successful you are in business, the more it makes sense as well because you have extra cash. But still think yourself about like this. If you could free up hours that you're doing stuff that you shouldn't do in the house, how much time would that give you back? And also mental capacity, just simply not having to worry about it. I want to show you what you should hire for. So these are the responsibilities just to go through to give you an overview. So again, everything cleaning, housekeeping, windows, ovens, surfaces, room organizing, making beds, taking out trash, restocking what you have at home, washing, ironing, putting clothes away, changing bed sheets, grocery shopping in person, online, shopping list, unpacking groceries, running errands, going to the pharmacy, post office, returns t-shirts that you ordered don't fit or stuff you have to return. All frees up time. Even for us, cooking and meal prep, following meal prep plans, organizing the fridge, organizing the pantry, dishwasher, all of this. And then these are some other things. We don't have this right now, but maybe for you it's interesting. Taking care of plants and general maintenance. If you have a PA first, the PA can then help you hire a housekeeper. So this can help a lot. And then the PA can also help manage the housekeeper a lot in a common WhatsApp group, for example. So that's very helpful. So that's why let's go into the overview of the hiring process and how it's going to be different. Yeah, so the difference is, again, we will have the scorecard, the position, and then we will sourcing. I'll show this to you in one go. We have the candidate profile. It's like usually they should have past experience as a housekeeper. That's the ideal you want to have. They should have experience with this. And personality-wise, we found the best ones are blue-green people. Blue-green, like reliable, organized, love taking care around the house. So that's fantastic. So we have like the more depth details for you guys about this here. And then of course the person has to be locally hired. We have again scorecard, job description that you can use. So we have here a template we have used ourselves for a job description where the exact explanations what they have to do are in here. And then you again at the bottom link an application form. So application form is here. We have a complete template for you that we used ourselves. All of the ones are in here. What you will notice, it's a bit shorter than for others because it's not really a business person. It's like someone that doesn't have to be really in business. But what I still screen for is the person being able to use task management tools. The goal is I want to be able to delegate stuff on Todoist, for example, to them and be able to give them quick tasks around the house. And if they can't use anything and they're kind of maybe really old and you can still make it work, but you have to then still do more analog stuff. And then you have to write them a task list and they bring things out or, it's not so easy to delegate. That's why it's much nicer to have simply like an easy way. So for example, I have my watch here, right? And I have Todoist shortcut here. I click here and I add a task and I can right now say the task and then put it on the housekeeper list. That's it. Or like the same with the same on my phone. I have a widget there. You're walking around the house, notice something. Oh, this is missing. Please buy. Done. And of course, then over time, the housekeeper gets better themselves at, doing this and finding this themselves. So that's why I would screen for these things. That makes your delegation much easier. So we have all of this in here. And then of course, the sourcing, I will quickly go into this. Here, the best source is meta ads. Obviously, you might have guessed housekeepers don't apply on LinkedIn usually. So that's why you will run meta ads. And also what's helpful is country-specific platforms and Facebook groups. There are certain groups you can use for this as well. That's also another tool to try. But the thing is just, especially for countryside areas, ads is going to be much better. Then again, the application screening is going to be similar. So I'm not going to keep this so long. We have some examples where we did the screening ourselves for housekeepers based on the answers we have received. So this will be helpful helpful for you as well. You will find this all in the SOPs, the criteria again, as well as the funnel stats. The most important now is going to be actually the shortlisting. So what we like to do here, that's going to be a bit different. You select your best applicants, and then what you need to do here is you need to do a phone screening. We figured this out, like we try to make them send videos, but it doesn't really work because housekeepers are not going to send you videos. They're not like applicants in a job. And that's why what we figured out is you need to call them on the phone. That way you can see already what vibe you're getting from them. Confirm the experience, talk a little bit about the vibe, if there's also a fit with logistics and hourly rate and things like that. And then you invite them for a trial day. If you don't feel you have a good fit, you move on. And then the trial day is like, it's the interview stage on a trial day. What we do here is you invite them then after you see, are they a good fit? You check them out, maybe their profiles on social media that you collected in the application. You had them on the phone. So you're like, okay, they're cool. I can invite them for 30 minutes to my house, right? If you could have your PA, have them do a test screening to see if they're legit. But you can at that point bring them to your house. And what we like to do is you bring them to your house, you sit them down for a 30-minute interview. And what we have learned is, I've done this mistake in the past. Once I haven't done this, then we missed some people which were a little bit awkward after a while. And I was actually not comfortable having them around in the house. And so that's very important. You want to like just sit down with them for 30 minutes, just talk to them a little bit. Hey, what are you doing? What are your free time? What are your goals? Like, how comfortable are you with them? Do you have a good vibe with them? Because this is not a remote position. They will run around in your house. And if you get a vibe, they're like very tense and very stressed or things like that. Maybe, of course, slightly nervousness, you will see this on the first day is okay. But some people are kind of really weird or really negative, or you don't want to have them around. And that's why your way of filtering that out. Okay. And then you do a house tour with them. If they were good in this first interview, show them around. They feel also comfortable where everything is. Before you invite them, I didn't say that, you send them a short video explaining a little bit the tasks that they should do on that trial day. And then they do a trial cleaning, but you can also explain it in person. That's no problem. And if they do well and you had a good vibe, then you can make them an offer to work with you long term. You can also do some reference checks if you want, ask them for references about previous companies or families they cleaned with, just to be on the safe side if you like. But if there's no red flags, you can then make them an offer, confirm the schedule, and request identification. I always like to ask for their ID and things like that to have it official in case something happens. And then you have like the onboarding that you set up. So I want to show you what we have for this. We have a complete interview script for the screening. Exactly what to ask, it's all in here. We have for the trial day specifically how you structure it with the interview, how to do it, how to invite the candidates. And I have even put in here my video that I sent them before. I put some warning in here because I did it a bit too long. I did 20 minutes. I got a bit overkill. But the idea is it will give you still 5 minutes is enough. Sending a short video of the tasks they have to do. And then basically they have some context already. So you send this video for them in advance. You can check this out. It's all in here. I explain everything and also how our tasks look like. And then here you have a checklist on how to evaluate them on the trial day. Then this is for the reference checks again. Then this is for logistics again. And then here we have an onboarding checklist. And here this is going to be interesting for you guys now, because what you want to do is you want to prepare the instructions for them, how they should do things in your house before. And then you either put it in some easy documentation like a Google Doc for them, or ideally what I recommend you move everything into Todoist. So why Todoist? Todoist is such an easy task manager that everybody gets. It's easy on the phone and people can learn it super simply, and you personally can delegate well. Like, it doesn't make sense to have housekeeper tasks in your ClickUp, and ClickUp or Monday is too complicated for a housekeeper to understand. But Todoist they can get. Todoist is very simple. That's why it's also a nice separation. Household stuff, Todoist, housekeeper, personal assistant, and business stuff can be in ClickUp. And so we have a list how you prepare this. And then I want to show you my entire setup, how we have this ourselves. We have on top a list here in Todoist. That's a list from my phone. We have the general instructions that you will find in here. You can put them simply inside subtasks, so here on the top. Then you have different sections for daily, weekly tasks, monthly tasks, quarterly tasks. And here we have example screenshots exactly how it works. And I have also a video for all of this, how exactly I walk them through it. So you can watch the entire thing, how I have my whole Todoist set up. So you can replicate the whole thing for yourself. Here, for example, I just want to show you some things daily, weekly, right? So there's a checklist: daily cooking, daily cleaning, daily laundry, order groceries, checklist before leaving. Easy. Then monthly tasks, cleaning windows, cleaning drawers, cleaning dishwasher, cleaning fridge. It's all super dialed in. Like you have most of the things you can think about are in here. Clean the robot base that was done yesterday, for example. Then here, stuff like this. These here then are then on top more the one-off tasks. And then these are like one-off things like, you know, find a new detergent, clean the office windows and all that types of stuff that she uses to organize herself. And so then there's more onboarding steps. We use a Google Calendar invite. So we always know when the housekeeper is coming and she can change the invite if something changes from when they come. That way we can also manage nicely. Someone asked yesterday, when are they coming? It's not uncomfortable if they're in the house. We found a good method. So either they come in the morning and then we are just working in the office and they're like in the kitchen and do their thing and I'm in the office working, cool. Or I set them at a time where I'm in the gym in the afternoon anyway and I'm also not in the house. So it's not a problem. And then when you are out, they clean your office, all easy, right? So you can really coordinate this. Yeah, for us, the housekeeper comes 2 times per week. With 2 times per week, they can do cooking. Everything is nice and clean with 2 times. That's usually a good setup. But you can also just start with once per week to test it out. So again, identification, the PA helps with the managing. We have the checklists for this. And then this one is here the one that you fill out yourself first and then put into either Todoist to have all in one place. Or you can also share them this via Google Doc or a ClickUp page just so that they have the initial instructions. And just to go through it, we have here an overview video where I explain your task list and Todoist once it's set up. I have an example here. Then we have, you know, more things where you can talk about how they can get into your house, how the payments will be done. We have completely their cleaning routines, like weekly cleaning tasks, what they should be doing. We have like tasks lists here for you as examples, monthly cleaning tasks, what they should do, grocery shopping. We have like completely account access to the online tool, how often to do it, weekly grocery lists, what to always have in the house, how to set up a task for this, you know, inside Todoist. So it's very in-depth. I'm not gonna go through all of it. And then here I even have linked for you guys in a video that I used to delegate how the fridge should be organized. And so this is just an example how you can delegate this stuff to an housekeeper to then know how you like things. So simple things like such as we use glass containers. It's just a bit more healthy or long-term than just have everything in plastic and so on. And so stuff like this. But that's all in here in the SOP. We have meal prep SOPs here as well with checklists, what to cook. So it's all in here actually. You have to understand this is only for the beginning because at some point she will get it and then she doesn't need this anymore. She just ticks off daily cooking done, you know.
How many meals do you have today?
Well, actually, for a long time I did just protein shake in the morning and now I just mostly eat in the morning omelets and eggs. This is something I cook myself. Like I throw a few eggs in there. It's nice and then listen to some Alex Hormozy next to it, you know, like get in the mindset kind of. No, like this kind of stuff. I eat some eggs in the morning and on the weekends you could also eat like some quark or Greek yogurt. It's also super simple, right? Some protein. And then for lunch I eat like what I said, some form of salad with protein. And then the evening again, protein with more carbs. Our housekeeper, for example, came from ads, like really good. When I read the application, I'm like, oh yeah, perfect. Loves organizing things. She even has a Facebook page where she posts like things that she cooks and recipes. So it's like a little bit of a hobby. So the algorithm has been really helping.
Any tips on how to negotiate the wage or like how should the wage be structured?
We had a trial period at the beginning. I think it was 1 to 2 months. It depends a little bit, you know, about her experience, how much she does for you. We negotiated, we said, hey, I want rather more like a rate like this. And I'm like, cool, we can work towards this, but let's work with us for 1 to 2 months. Once we're super happy with you, we're happy to pay this.
So you got her to tell you how much she wants to be paid.
Exactly. That's always in our hiring form. We always ask for our salary expectations or hourly rates in this case. All right, guys, and let's wrap it up here. I hope that was helpful for you.